I look at you and I see a great contradiction. I see a great paradox. You all come to me and you say, Osho, I want to be happy. I want to be blissful. I want to get rid of my misery. You say this with tears in your eyes. You say this with great sincerity. But I tell you, you are lying. You don't want to be happy. If you really wanted to be happy, you would be happy. There is no force in the world that can prevent you from being happy except you. The truth is, and it will hurt you, it will shock you. The truth is that you love your misery. You cling to it. You protect it. You nourish it. You have a deep investment in your suffering. If I try to take your misery away from you, you will fight me. You will defend your misery like a dog defends his bone. The bone is dry, there is no meat on it, it hurts the teeth, but the dog growls if you come near it. This is my bone. Your misery is your bone, it is your identity. Without your misery, you don't know who you are. Let us go deep into this psychology. Why? Why would a sane human being choose hell when heaven is available? Why would a man choose to be a victim when he can be a master? There must be a payoff. There must be a hidden treasure in the misery. If there were no profit, you would have dropped it long ago. You are a businessman. You don't do anything without profit. So, what is the profit of misery? The first profit is the ego. The ego needs attention to survive. The ego needs to be fed. And happiness, true happiness, is a suicide for the ego. When you are happy, really happy, you disappear. Have you noticed? In a moment of deep laughter, you are not there. There is only laughter. In a moment of deep love, the I dissolves. There is only love. In a moment of ecstasy, looking at a sunset, the observer vanishes. There is only the beauty. Happiness is a dissolution, and the ego is terrified of dissolution. The ego wants to be solid. The ego wants to be a rock. And misery makes you a rock. Misery gives you a very strong sense of I. I'm hurting, I'm betrayed, I'm sick, I'm lonely. The I is very loud in misery. It screams. It demands notice. When you have a headache, you have a head. When the headache is gone, the head is gone. You forget you have a head. Health is self-forgetfulness. Disease is self-remembrance. So the ego chooses disease. The ego chooses the headache because the headache defines it. I am the one who is suffering. It gives you a boundary. It separates you from the rest of existence. Happiness unites you with existence. Misery separates you. And the ego is separation. So, the first reason you play the victim is to define yourself, to feel that you exist. You prefer a miserable existence to a blissful non-existence. This is the stupidity of the human mind. You are afraid of being nobody, and a happy man is a nobody. Look at the happy people. If you can find any, they are very rare. But look at a Buddha, look at a mystic. He has no history, he has no biography. If you ask a happy man, tell me your life story, he has nothing to say. He will say, I lived, I loved, I laughed, that's it. But ask a miserable man, ask a victim. He has a long story, a thick novel. My father did this, my mother did that, then the society, then the wife, then the bankruptcy. Page after page of tragedy. And he loves telling his story. Have you noticed? Victims are great storytellers. They recount their misfortunes again and again. They polish them. They add new details. Why? Because their history is their only wealth. If you take away their tragic past, they feel empty. They feel, then who am I? I am taking away your biography. I am taking away your history. I am saying die to the past, be born anew right now. But you are afraid. If I die to the past, I will lose my personality. Yes, you will lose your personality, but you will gain your soul. The personality is a dead thing made of memories and wounds. The soul is a living thing made of light and consciousness. But you choose the dead wounds because they are familiar. You choose the known hell over the unknown heaven. The second prophet, and this is the currency of your society, is sympathy. We live in a pathological society. It is a society that rewards sickness and punishes health. Look at the child. We must go to the roots. How did you become a victim? You were not born a victim. No child is born complaining. A child is born celebrating. He kicks his legs. He screams with joy. He looks at the light. He is a pure affirmation of life. But then the training begins. The parents are neurotic. The teachers are neurotic. When the child is happy, playing, jumping, shouting, the parents say, "Stop it, be quiet, don't disturb me, sit in the corner." Happiness is punished. Happiness is seen as a nuisance. But when the child is sick, when he has a fever, when he falls down and hurts his knee, suddenly everything changes. The mother runs to him. The father puts down the newspaper. They hug him. They kiss him. They give him sweets. They say, "Oh, my poor darling." Now, the child is a scientist. He is observing. He learns a deep chemical equation. Misery equals love. Happiness equals neglect. When I am happy, nobody cares. I am ignored. When I am miserable, I become the center of the world. I become the king. This logic goes deep into the unconscious. It becomes your operating system. If I want love, I must suffer. If I want attention, I must be a victim. So you learn the art of creating problems. If you don't have problems, you invent them. You invent a headache, you invent depression, you invent anxiety, and you act it out perfectly. You become a great actor. And it works. People come and give you sympathy. "Oh, I am so sorry for you. You have suffered so much." And that sympathy feels like food to your starving ego. But remember, sympathy is not love. Sympathy is a counterfeit coin. It looks like love, but it is not gold. Sympathy stinks. When someone sympathizes with you, they are looking down on you. They are the superior healthy one. You are the inferior sick one. It is a humiliation. But you are so hungry for attention that you accept even the humiliation. You accept the counterfeit coin because you have forgotten what gold looks like. This pattern continues into your marriage, your relationships, your friendships. Look at the wife. She uses her misery to control the husband. If she is happy, the husband goes to the club, he goes to play golf, he reads the paper. But if she is crying, if she has a migraine, if she is depressed, the husband has to stay home. He has to sit by the bed. He has to feel guilty. Misery is a weapon. It is a political strategy. You use your weakness to dominate the strong. The child dominates the parents through sickness. The wife dominates the husband through tears. The victim is not weak. Make no mistake. The victim is a tyrant. He rules through guilt. He says, "Look what you have done to me. I am suffering because of you." And the other person feels guilty. "Oh, I must be a bad person. I must make it up to him." So they serve you, they cater to you. It is a very subtle mafia. You are running a protection racket. Pay me attention or I will make you feel guilty. And you call this love. This is politics. Pure, dirty politics. Love creates freedom. Love makes the other happy. If you love someone, you will be happy, because your happiness makes them happy. If you love someone, you will not want to be a burden on them. You will not want them to sit by your bed and worry. You will want them to dance, but you don't love. You want to control. And the easiest way to control is to play the victim. I am so fragile. I am so hurt. You must take care of me. It is a slavery you impose on others. But what is the cost? You get the sympathy, you get the attention, you get the control, but you lose your life. You lose your joy. You cannot have it both ways. You cannot be a blissful victim. That is impossible. If you choose the role of the victim, you have to remain miserable. You have to keep the wound open. If the wound heals, you lose your power, so you pick at the scabs. If you start feeling a little bit happy, you immediately sabotage it. Have you watched yourself? Whenever things are going too well, whenever there is a sunny day, suddenly you find something to complain about. Oh, but the economy. Oh, but my back hurts. Oh, but he said that thing 10 years ago. You bring back the cloud. Because without the cloud, you feel naked. You feel ordinary. Misery makes you special. Nobody wants to be ordinary. Everyone wants to be extraordinary. To be extraordinarily happy is difficult. It requires intelligence. It requires meditation. It requires courage. But to be extraordinarily miserable is easy. Any idiot can do it. And you are doing it. You have become a champion of misery. You compete with others. When two people meet, what do they talk about? They exchange complaints. I have a headache. The other says, that is nothing. I have a migraine for 3 weeks. My husband is annoying. You are lucky. My husband is a monster. It is a competition. Who is the bigger victim? Who has the heavier cross? You wear your misery like a medal. Look at me, look how much I bear. You think you are becoming a Jesus. You think you are a martyr. You are not a martyr. You are a masochist. There is no holiness in your suffering. There is only stupidity. Jesus suffered because he was bringing truth. You are suffering because you are hiding from truth. Jesus carried the cross to liberate humanity. You are carrying the cross to get sympathy from your neighbors. Don't compare yourself to the heights. Look at the gutter you have fallen into. I want you to become aware of this economic exchange. Next time you are miserable, ask yourself, what am I buying with this misery? Whose attention am I seeking? Whose love am I trying to extort? Be honest. The first step towards freedom is brutal honesty. Catch yourself red-handed. Catch yourself when you start the poor me story. Poor me, life has been so unfair. Poor me, nobody understands me. Stop. Slap yourself. Wake up. This poor me is a beggar, and you are not a beggar. You are an emperor who has forgotten his kingdom. But to claim the kingdom, you have to drop the begging bowl. And your begging bowl is your victimization. You have to drop the idea that others are responsible. You have to drop the idea that the world owes me something. The world owes you nothing. Existence has already given you life. It has given you consciousness. It has given you the capacity to love. What more do you want? Do you want existence to come and apologize to you? It will not happen. You will wait for eternity. Drop the waiting. Drop the complaint. Start living. Now we must look at the foundation of your misery. The foundation is blame. The victim always points the finger outward. I am miserable because of my wife. I am miserable because of my parents. I am miserable because of the government. I am miserable because of God. Always the other. The other is the hell. Sartre said, hell is other people. He was speaking for the victims. For the victim, the source of suffering is always outside his control. This seems like a very clever strategy. It seems like a great defense. If the cause is outside, then you are innocent. You are not at fault. You are just a poor, helpless leaf in the wind. The wife is bad, so what can you do? You are just a husband. The society is corrupt, so what can you do? You are just a citizen. By blaming others, you wash your hands of the crime. You say, I am clean. They are dirty. It makes you feel self-righteous. It makes you feel morally superior. I am suffering, but I am good. They are making me suffer, so they are bad. This moral superiority is very tasty to the ego. The ego loves to feel holier than thou. But listen carefully to what I am saying. Listen to the hidden cost of this strategy. When you say only they can make me happy or unhappy, what are you really saying? You are saying they are the masters, I am the slave. You are signing a declaration of slavery. You are handing over the keys of your life to the other. If your wife is the cause of your misery, then she is also the only one who can stop it. Until she changes, you have to remain miserable. And let me tell you, nobody ever changes. Why should they? They are enjoying their trip. Why should the wife change for you? So you are waiting for the world to change so you can be happy. You will wait forever. You will die waiting. This is the trap of blame. It looks like an attack. You are attacking them, but actually it is a surrender. You have surrendered your freedom. Look at the logic. If someone else holds the remote control of your life, you are a machine. You are a puppet. They press a button insult and you get angry. They press a button praise and you get happy. Are you a human being or a robot? Where is your soul? Where is your center? You have no center. You are just a circumference. And the circumference is controlled by others. When you blame your parents, my mother did not love me enough. Okay, maybe it is true. Maybe she did not love you. She was neurotic. But now you are 40 years old. Your mother is old, or maybe she is dead, and you are still crying, my mother did not love me. You are still carrying the dead mother on your back. Who is responsible now? The mother was responsible when you were 3 years old. But at 40, you are responsible for carrying the corpse. Drop the corpse, but you don't drop it. Why? Because if you drop the mother, then you have to face your life. Then you have to ask, why am I miserable now? And there will be no excuse. The excuse protects you from the responsibility. The excuse is a shield. I cannot succeed because my father was poor. I cannot love because my ex-boyfriend betrayed me. These are shields. You are hiding behind them because you are afraid to step into the open. You are afraid to fail on your own terms. It is safer to say I was prevented than to try and fail. The victim is a coward. He does not want to fight the battle of life. He wants to sit on the sidelines and complain about the referee. The referee is unfair, the field is slippery. Okay, maybe it is. But the game is happening. Play. Slip, fall, get hurt, but play. The glory is in the playing, not in the complaining. So what is the alternative? The alternative is a word that is very heavy for you. You hate this word. The word is responsibility. When you hear responsibility, you feel a burden. You think of duty, you think of obligation. You think of your father saying, be responsible. That is not the meaning of the word. Break the word. Response, ability. It simply means the ability to respond. It means I am capable of responding to this situation. I am not a victim of it. Whatever happens, good or bad, I am the one who chooses my reaction. This is the greatest power in the universe. Nobody can take this power away from you. They can throw you in prison like Nelson Mandela, but they cannot take away your ability to choose your response. You can choose to be angry, or you can choose to be meditative. You can choose to cry, or you can choose to sing. The situation is the same. The prison walls are the same. But the inner quality is different. One man cries, another man meditates. What makes the difference? Responsibility. The man who cries says, the prison is making me miserable. The man who meditates says, I am choosing to use this silence for my growth. He transforms the poison into nectar. This is the alchemy of responsibility. The moment you accept total responsibility for everything that happens to you, and I mean everything. If you are miserable, you are doing it. If you are happy, you are doing it. If you fall down, you fell down. Don't say gravity pulled me. No, you fell. When you accept this, a miracle happens. Suddenly, you are no longer helpless. If I am creating my misery, then I can stop creating it. The logic is simple. If someone else is creating it, I am helpless. If I am creating it, I am the master. I can stop it right now. I can snap my fingers and say, enough, no more misery. This realization is freedom, but it is frightening freedom, because now you have nobody to blame. If you fail, it is your failure. If you are unhappy, it is your fault. You cannot go to the priest and cry. You cannot go to the psychiatrist and talk about your mother. You have to face yourself in the mirror, and the mirror says you are the cause. This hurts the ego. The ego wants to be the innocent victim. The ego wants to say, I am good, the world is bad. Responsibility says the world is neutral. You are asleep. You are stumbling because your eyes are closed. Open your eyes. People ask me, Osho, are you saying that if someone rapes a woman, she is responsible? Are you saying that if a child is starving, he is responsible? Understand the subtlety. I am not talking about legal responsibility. I am not talking about social blame. I am talking about existential responsibility. If a man hits you, that is his karma, that is his violence. But how you receive the hit, whether you carry it as a wound for 40 years, whether you let it destroy your soul, that is your responsibility. You cannot control the madmen of the world. You cannot control the weather, but you can control your inner climate. Are you going to let the madman destroy your inner peace? If you do, then you are cooperating with him. If you hate your enemy, you are giving him power over you. He is sleeping soundly in his bed and you are tossing and turning in anger. Who is being punished? You. And who is punishing you? You. He hit you once. You have hit yourself 1,000 times by remembering it. Drop it. Responsibility means I will not allow the past to determine my present. I will not allow the stupidity of others to become my stupidity. I wash my hands of the trauma. I step out of the cycle. This takes courage. It takes the courage of a lion. The sheep complains, the wolf is bad. The lion does not complain. The lion does not blame. The lion lives. If he is attacked, he fights. If he is wounded, he licks his wounds and heals. He does not go to the therapist. He does not write a memoir about growing up as a victimized lion. He remains a king. I want you to be kings and queens. And the crown is responsibility. Start with small things. When you are bored, don't say, this person is boring me. Say, I am boring myself. I have lost my liveliness. That is why the situation feels dead. If you are alive, even a blank wall is not boring. You can look at a blank wall and see patterns, see light, see emptiness. You can meditate. A Zen monk faces a wall for 10 years. He is not bored. He is ecstatic. And you are bored at a party. Who is responsible? The party or your deadness? Take the blame back. Bring the arrow back to yourself. It hurts. It feels like a wound. But this wound is surgical. It heals. Blaming others is a cancer. It spreads. Blaming yourself, taking responsibility is a surgery. It cuts out the cancer. And once the cancer is gone, you are free. You are light. You can fly. Only a responsible man can fly. The victim is too heavy with his grievances. He is chained to the earth by his complaints. Drop the chain. Fly. We have spoken about the ego. We have spoken about responsibility. Now we must look at the dark underbelly of your misery. Psychologists call it secondary gain. This is a very important concept to understand. The primary gain of a disease is pain. Nobody wants pain. If you break your leg, it hurts. That is the primary reality. But the secondary gain is what comes because of the broken leg. Suddenly, you don't have to go to work. Suddenly, people bring you flowers. Suddenly, you are the center of attention. The pain is the price you pay. The attention is the product you buy. And for many of you, the product is worth the price. You are willing to suffer the pain of the broken leg or the broken heart or the broken bank account just to get the attention. This is neurosis. A neurotic person is one who uses his symptoms to control his environment. He uses his weakness as a weapon. Look at the dynamics in a family. It is a political battlefield. Who is the most powerful person in the house? Is it the father, the strong man who earns the money? No. Usually, the father is the most handpicked person. He is just a servant. Is it the mother? Maybe. But often, it is the sick child or the old grandmother who is dying for the last 20 years but never dies. The person who is fragile holds the power. Everyone has to tiptoe around them. Don't make noise, grandma is sleeping. Don't upset Johnny. He is sensitive. The weak one dictates the atmosphere of the house. The strong ones have to compromise. The weak one never compromises. This is the tyranny of the weak. And you have learned this trick very well. You learned it in the cradle. When you cried, the milk came. When you smiled, nobody came. So you learn crying is the magic button. If I want something, I must cry. I must look pathetic. And you are still doing it at the age of 50. You are still crying for milk. The milk has changed. Now it is sex or money or status. But the method is the same. You try to look pathetic so that others will give it to you out of pity. But remember, what comes from pity destroys your dignity. If someone loves you out of pity, do you accept that love? If you have any spine, you will reject it. You will say, keep your pity. I want love that comes from admiration, not from charity. But the victim has no spine. He is an invertebrate. He accepts the charity. He eats the crumbs that fall from the table. And he thinks he is clever. Look, I manipulated them. I made them feel guilty and they gave me what I wanted. You are not clever. You are a beggar. And you are selling your soul for crumbs. This secondary gain creates a subconscious block to healing. I have seen many people come to me, they say, Osho, heal me. But when I look into their eyes, I see a different message. Their eyes are saying, try to heal me, but don't succeed. They want the process of healing, but they don't want the cure. Why? Because if they are cured, they will lose the secondary gain. If the wife is cured of her migraines, she loses her control over the husband. Now the husband can go to the pub. He has no reason to stay. So the migraine must persist. It is her security guard. If the man is cured of his depression, he has to go out and work. He has to compete in the market. He has to risk failure. Depression is a great shelter. You can stay in bed. You can hide. Nobody expects anything from a depressed man. He is depressed, leave him alone. It is a license to be lazy. It is a license to be irresponsible. So why would you want to be cured? You will fight the cure. You will go from one doctor to another, from one therapist to another, proving that I am incurable. And when the doctor fails, you feel happy. See, my disease is so special, even the great doctor could not fix it. You get an ego boost from your incurability. This is the madness of the human mind. You cling to the disease because the disease has become your friend. It protects you from the challenges of life. Life demands courage. Disease requires no courage. Life demands risk. Misery is very safe. So you choose safety. You choose the coffin. It is comfortable, it is plush, it is lined with silk. But it is a coffin. You are dead in it. Come out of the coffin. Yes, outside it is sunny, it is windy, there are storms, but that is what life is. Don't trade life for secondary gains. The only real gain is primary gain, the joy of being alive. Now we come to the wall that you hide behind, the wall of excuses, the wall of history. The modern mind has been corrupted by psychoanalysis, by Freud, by Jung, by Adler. They have given you a very sophisticated way to remain a victim. They say you are this way because of your childhood. You are angry because your mother weaned you too early. You are fearful because your father was authoritarian. They give you a brilliant explanation. And you love it. You grab it. You say, aha, so it is not my fault. It is my mother's fault. It happened 30 years ago. And you go on digging into the past. Years and years of therapy, digging up graves. What happened when I was 3? What happened when I was 5? And what is the result? Do you change? No. You just become more knowledgeable about why you are miserable. Previously, you were just miserable. Now you are an educated, miserable. You can explain your misery in scientific terms. I have an Oedipus complex. Great! Does that make you happy? No. It just gives you a label to paste on your forehead. I am not responsible. I have a complex. I say to you, to hell with your complexes and to hell with your history. The past is dead. It does not exist. Where is it? Can you show it to me? Can you bring me yesterday? You cannot. It is gone. It is smoke. But you are holding on to the smoke and choking on it. You are using the past as an excuse to avoid the present. I cannot be happy today because I was traumatized yesterday. What kind of logic is this? If you were traumatized yesterday, that is a tragedy. But if you continue to be miserable today because of it, that is stupidity. You are traumatizing yourself now. The original trauma is over. The wound has healed. but you are reopening it with the knife of memory. You are scratching it to make sure it bleeds again. Because if it bleeds, you have an excuse. I cannot love, I cannot work, I cannot dance. Look at my wound. There are no valid excuses in the court of existence. Existence does not care about your grandmother or your childhood. Existence cares about your energy. Are you flowing or are you blocked? If you are blocked, you are blocking it. Don't say, my father blocked it. Your father is not here. You are here. Your hands are on the tap. Open it. But you say, my hands are shaking because my father hit me. Okay, let them shake. But open the tap. Act in spite of the past. This is the definition of a warrior. The victim says, I can only act when the conditions are perfect and my past is healed. The warrior says, I am wounded, I am scarred, I am trembling, but I will act anyway. I will love anyway. I will live anyway. And in that action, the healing happens. Healing does not happen on the psychiatrist's couch talking about the past. Healing happens in the battlefield of life, engaging with the present. Love heals, action heals, dance heals. Analysis implies paralysis. You analyze, 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 and you become paralyzed. Throw away the books, throw away the theories. Look at the trees. Do they have complexes? Do they have mother issues? Does the tree say, I cannot grow tall because the other tree shaded me when I was a sapling? No, it grows, it twists, it turns, it finds the sun. If a rock is in the way, the root goes around the rock. It doesn't sit there and complain about the rock. It finds a way. Life always finds a way. Only the ego finds an excuse. You are life, you are not the ego. Find the way. Stop looking in the rear view mirror. If you drive a car looking only in the rear view mirror, what will happen? You will crash. And you have crashed. Your life is a wreck because you are looking backward. My past, my glory, my trauma. Look forward. Look at the windshield. The road is appearing now. The past is dust. Let the dust settle. I am not saying forget the past. I am saying don't be identified with it. It is a memory, like a movie you watched. Good movie, bad movie, it doesn't matter. The movie is over. You are out of the theater. Feel the fresh air. You are free. The only chain holding you is the thought, I am a victim. That thought is a thin thread. You can snap it with a single roar. But you have to decide to roar. You have to decide to stop bleating like a sheep. Ba, ba, poor me. Stop it. It is nauseating. It is an insult to your potential. You carry the seed of a God within you. Does a God make excuses? Does a God say, I cannot create the universe because my mommy was mean? It is ridiculous. Laugh at yourself. Laugh at your reasons. Your reasons are all lies. The only truth is you are choosing misery. And the moment you see this truth, the choice changes. Because nobody chooses misery consciously. You choose it only because you are deceiving yourself that it is forced on you. See the choice, and the misery drops like a dead leaf. We arrive now at the final choice, and it is a choice. Every moment you are standing at a crossroad. One path leads to the herd. That is the path of the sheep. The sheep is safe. The sheep is surrounded by thousands of other sheep. It is warm in the crowd. But the sheep has no soul. The sheep has no voice. It only bleats, ba ba. It complains. It begs. It follows. The other path leads to the jungle. That is the path of the lion. The lion is alone. The lion is dangerous. But the lion is alive. It does not beg. It does not complain. If he is hungry, he hunts. If he is tired, he sleeps. He takes total responsibility for his existence. If he fails to catch the prey, he does not blame the government. He does not blame the prey for running too fast. He accepts his failure with dignity and he tries again. I want you to drop the sheepskin. I want you to roar. What is the roar of the lion? It is the assertion, I am responsible. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. When you say this and mean it, a tremor goes through your being. The old structures of the victim crumble. The poor me dies, and for the first time you feel a spine growing within you. You stand erect. Have you noticed the posture of a victim? Shoulders hunched, head down, eyes looking at the floor. The body language of defeat. The world is too heavy for me. Now look at the posture of a master. Spine straight, head high, eyes looking at the stars. The world is my playground. The world is the same. The gravity is the same. But the attitude has changed. Change your posture. Change your inner geometry. Stop carrying the cross. Jesus said, pick up your cross and follow me. But the Christians misunderstood. They thought he meant be miserable. No, he meant accept your destiny. Don't drag it, pick it up. Carry it on your shoulder like a trophy, not a burden. When you accept your burden totally, it becomes weightless. Denial creates weight. Acceptance creates lightness. You have to learn the art of aloneness. The victim is never alone. He is always looking for an audience. He needs someone to listen to his sad story. If nobody listens, the victim feels frustrated. What is the point of suffering if nobody sees it? He needs witnesses. The master needs no witnesses. He is enough unto himself. If he is happy, he dances alone. He does not need applause. If he is sad, he sits in silence alone. He does not need sympathy. He is self-contained. This self-containment is the definition of integrity. You are integrated, you are whole. You are not a beggar knocking on doors asking for attention. You are an emperor sitting in his palace. And your palace is your own being. Your palace is the now. The victim lives in the past. Look what happened to me. The master lives in the now. Look what I am creating. Creation is the antidote to complaining. You cannot create and complain at the same time. If you are painting a picture, you are not complaining, you are absorbed. If you are singing a song, You are not complaining, you are flowing. So if you find yourself acting like a victim, you create something, do anything, cook a meal, plant a tree, clean the floor, but do it with totality. Action destroys the victim. Inaction breeds the victim. The victim sits and thinks. The master stands and acts. It is time to resign from the victim's club. It is a very big club, the biggest organization in the world. Almost everyone is a member, and they will try to keep you in. If you start becoming happy, if you start taking responsibility, your friends will look at you strangely. What happened to you? You don't complain anymore. You are not fun. You don't gossip about how bad life is. They will feel uncomfortable because your light will show their darkness. Your responsibility will expose their irresponsibility. So they will try to pull you back. Come on, have a drink. Let's complain about the boss. You say no. Say, I have resigned. I am no longer interested in the cult of misery. I have decided to be happy. And happiness is a decision. It is not a result, it is a choice. You wake up in the morning and you have two options. Option A, be miserable. Replay the old tapes, blame the world. Option B, be blissful. Accept the day, create something beautiful. Which one do you choose? Every day you choose option A out of habit. Today choose option B. And tomorrow choose option B again. Soon it will become a habit. Soon happiness will become your nature. And one day you will wonder, how could I have been so stupid? How could I have wasted so many years playing the beggar? Don't waste any more time. The play is over. The curtain has fallen. Take off the costume. Wash off the makeup of tears. Look in the mirror. You are God. You have always been God. You just pretended to be a beggar for a little while to see what it felt like. Okay, you have seen it. It is boring. It is painful. Now return to your throne. My message is not for the weak. My message is only for the strong, or for those who want to become strong. If you want to remain a child clinging to your mother's skirt, blaming the world, then go somewhere else. There are many priests who will comfort you. They will give you a pacifier. They will say, yes, poor child, God will fix it. I am not a priest. I am a wake-up call. I will not give you a pacifier. I will give you a sword. The sword of awareness. Cut the chains. Cut the umbilical cord that ties you to the past. Stand on your own 2 feet. The sky is open. The wind is fresh. The world is waiting for you, not for your complaints, but for your song. Sing your song. Roar your roar. Be the lion.